first Centennial Conference loss in over 3 years, the Swarthmore Garnet return home with a vengeance as they host the Muhlenberg Mules. It's Garnet basketball on the Garnet Sports Network. Hello and welcome to the Tarble Pavilion on the campus of Swarthmore College. Garrett Italy with you as the 15th ranked Garnet, also 15-2, hosts the 5-11 Mules. As we mentioned previously, the Garnet are in unfamiliar territory, coming off a conference loss, the first in-conference loss in season since back in January of 2019. Garnet fell to Dickinson 52-48. It's the first time they've done that since their loss to Ursinus back in early 2019. After that, the Garnet went on to a conference-tying 35-game regular season conference win streak, almost at 1,100 days, 1,099 days of perfect Centennial ball for the Garnet. A big reason the Garnet fell in their last contest was due to the absence of their leading scorer, one of the top players in the Centennial and one of the top players really in the country, in Vinny D'Angelo. They look to be without him tonight as well. If he's not going to go, they got to find the points elsewhere, and it's likely that's going to come from his partner in crime, George Visconti. Visconti, he can definitely get it done scoring the basketball. Both players combined average around 31 points per game. They're both very talented, but they're much better together than apart, so it's going to be interesting to see what Visconti could do without his partner in crime, you shall say. Visconti in the loss did put up 16 points against Dickinson, but shot the ball 20 times, only hit 6 in the loss, and that's a big part of it. Not going to win many basketball games shooting that low of a percentage. On the other side, the Mules have struggled in conference this year, really have struggled altogether, coming in well below 500, but they've been competitive, especially in conference, staying in most of their conference games, including their last contest against the Garnet, where Swarthmore took that one 79-75 up in Allentown at Muhlenberg College. In that contest, Dan Gaines dropped a season-high 30 points, one away from his career high, but he's been out of the lineup for the past 2 games and looks to be out here tonight as well. We take a look quickly at the starting lineups for both sides, starting off first for the Garnet, Ryan Ingram, George Visconti, Connor Harkins, as well as Michael Caprice and George Corzine round things out. Caprice and Corzine running big in the front court with Harkins as well. On the other side, Noah Watson is joined with Justin Allen, Tommy McGuire, as well as Jason Williams-Johnson comes in averaging double figures, 11.2 points per game for him. And finally joined by Luke Gordos from Manchester, United Kingdom. We're almost about set for a tip-off, the national anthem, and starting lineup for both. Your turn. Just about ready for tip from the Tarble Pavilion. Once again, Garrett Lee with you for the Garnet Sports Network coverage. Fourth basketball, the 5th ranked Garnet come in off their first conference in season, regular season loss in the Centennial Conference. Dates back January of 2019, 3-year-long stretch, over a 3-year-long stretch. Garnet not looking to start a losing streak here today as they host Muhlenberg College. The Mules come in 5-11. We get to tip. Corzine and McGuire to set things off. We're underway. The Garnet take things back, start the charge, and start with possession. Up top, here's Visconti. George Visconti, we talked about how important he's going to be without their leading scorer, Vinny D'Angelo. Ryan Ingram puts up a shot. Good defense played by Jason Williams-Johnson. Get things over. McGuire to the lane. The layup, the bucket, drops down. It's good. So the Mules start the scoring off. Seeing that in their last contest, really struggled, went down early. We're not able to get things going against Gettysburg. Little post took from Caprice, can't go. In transition, pass way over the head of Gordus and out of play. International flair for the Mules. 4 players outside of the United States. Gordos coming from the UK. As they drop things down, working here is Caprice. Caprice will spin, trying for himself up. A couple spin moves. The ball can't trickle in. And then goes down to play it. Will turn things over. Williams-Johnson got the board in transition. The bucket, too strong. Maybe getting a piece there was Caprice. Ingram, pass over. Corzine, big body move to the cup, can't go. Offensive board, he's blocked with a foul. Tommy McGuire, excuse me. Watched one too many Spider-Man movies going in. Tommy McGuire calls foul. McGuire would have the block. They said Williams-Johnson got in on there, but don't know if he was in on the scuffle. First bucket goes up and down, and the second one, a perfect trip to the line there for George Corzine. Nearly a 70% shooter from the charity stripe. Williams-Johnson, the freshman from Scotch Plains, New Jersey, has had to take over a bigger scoring role with the absence of Dan Gaines, who's also out of the lineup here tonight. Watson drops a pass inside, hard, and a big block. Caprice with a rejection. Michael Caprice running bigger today without their leading scorer, D'Angelo. Caprice showing them why that's a good decision. The big defensive play there. Williams-Johnson, 2 on the shot clock, has to throw it up. A prayer won't go, and then the board taken in, and now turn the other way. Here's Ingram. Ingram down low. Almost gets swiped away, picks up his dribble. Visconti to the bucket. Can't go, but the putback does. Caprice flying over top and gives the Garnet the lead 4-2. 17 and a half left to go in the first half of basketball. Williams-Johnson averaging over 11 points per game. Backside cut. Can't connect on the pass to McGuire. A bigger lineup for the Mules. Williams-Johnson, the only player in the starting 5 under 6'4". 3 players over 6'6". Visconti tries to go, gets the ball swiped away, will put up a high arcing rainbow shot, drops down, it's good. So now the Garnet holds a 4-point lead, drop down. Was Visconti in the backcourt. 3, off the mark, defensive rebound taken in by the Garnet. Ingram strong to the cup, too strong that time. He just blew by his defender. Sailed on the shot. Form of substitutions coming in, and I believe a timeout was called just as the Garnet was going to.
Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools, for nearly 500,000 student athletes, college sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
Back here, 16.5 left to go in the first half. Swarthmore with a 4-point lead, 6-2 on Coaches versus Cancer night. Suits and Sneakers night. Coaches versus Cancer event. Follow the action on Instagram and Twitter at Coaches versus Cancer on Twitter, and share your cancer story with us by using the hashtag Suits and Sneakers. Off the timeout, Muhlenberg had a good look, too strong on it, couldn't get it to drop down. Giovanni Rubino, as well as Nate Henty-Brown and Dallas Hoffman all check in for the Mule after the timeout. On the other side, Aiden Godfrey recently checked in. Couple spins, frees himself up, puts it off the glass, and good. Noah Watson will dish things across the timeline, and now we'll set up. Pass over, here's Gordas. Gordas on the outside. Now Watson, crossover. Met by a double, tries to get out to the corner, pass a little too strong with a hand in his face for 3. No. The other way, picked up his dribble, has to pass off. They do. Shaw moving things around. Now here's Caprice. Backing down, spins around, good move. Off the back iron, second chance, no. Third chance, he still has it. Another offensive board, and a foul called, no jump ball. So a swarm of offensive rebounds lead to a foul assessed against Noah Watson. So he'll check out of the ball game here. Garnet will inbound. Sala outside. 3, it's blocked. Gets his own board. Second try. Connects. Not how you draw it up for Shaw, but hey, points are points. 8-point lead now for the Garnet. Henty-Brown, one-on-one to the basket. Too much off the glass. Couple of Garnet members collide. And now, once again, the Mules have possession. Some good passing, drops it down low, and leads to a Hoffman bucket. Sala outside. Here's Visconti. Visconti will spin around, put up a little floater. That one connects. It's an 8-point ball game. Rubino will get things across. Giovanni Rubino, 6'2" sophomore from the Garden State. Has to work here. Nice move. Doesn't pull up with a shot, though. Gordos with 5 on the shot clock. Spinning, fade away, no. But an offensive board, so a fresh 20 Pulls up, deep three. Too short, off the front of the rim and out of bounds. The Garnet will take over. Some more subs come in. Brian Ingram will come back into the ball game. Second time today. Well as George Corzine back in the ball game. Major Easton check in along with the two. Now Sala will take things off the inbound, slow things up. 13.5 left to go in this Centennial Conference matchup. Sala will get the screen. Try to work around it. Strong to the cup. Met by a double. It's blocked. Ingram, outside pass. Easton, three. No good. Rubino will slow it up. Trailing by 8. Low scoring start to this one. Rubino switches off. Crossover a few times. Inside. Now pass outside. Hoffman on the drive. And the bucket. Count it. Dallas Hoffman. Strong to the cup. Gets the foul. And a chance for one more. Hoffman averaging around 7 points per game on the season. The senior from Hawthorne, New Jersey. Been out of the starting lineup for the last 4 games, but put up 18 points last time these two met up against each other. Easton working on the corner, find himself free, but put a shot up, and it's good! The foul and the bucket. Getting an N1 on your other end. Make up for it. They do. Easton goes to the line here for one more. Tenty Brown was a little frustrated by the call. Thought it would have been clean, but it's not. Luckily for the Mules, doesn't lead to any more damage and a 3-point play successful. It's not. Tenty Brown. Other side, Williams Johnson back over. Williams Johnson puts up a little floater, baby hook, it's good. Drops down, Ingram pushing the pace. Will get out, Easton in the corner. Jab step. Big size mismatch down low as Tenty Brown gets the block. The other way, it's a 5-point game. Rubino. Williams Johnson. Back outside Rubino. Trying to draw something up. Williams Johnson now outside for 3. Off the back iron. Offensive board by the Mules. Williams Johnson again. He'll look to drive. Met by a double. 3. No good. Can't get another offensive board as the Mules go miss down as Schutte can't get to go. Visconti's shot is blocked. Got a piece of it. 5-point game as Schutte takes things up over to Williams Johnson. Dishing around the arc. Someone went to drive. Trying to find where the open man is. Now inside, they'll work. The layup, no good. Second chance effort, but a foul. Tenty Brown's going to the line here for 2. Try and make it a 3-point game. The perimeter shooting hasn't been there from either side to start. Both teams are combined 0-7 from beyond the arc. First miss of the ball game for Muhlenberg from the stripe. Only their second shot from the line. Tenty Brown misses on the first. Brown, the senior forward, the Aussie from Sydney, Australia. Nets on the second one. Been a big part of this program for quite some time, going back to his freshman year in 2018. Played in 25 games as a freshman and to make it even more impressive, started 24 of them. Outside Shaw. Shaw gets the screen. Tough to the bucket it goes. Drops down. Connects. Make it a 6-point game once more. Watson. Looking to keep pace. Matching. Or again. Good crisp passing. Blocked. Away by Godfrey. Aiden Godfrey working down low. Something you definitely have to point out about this Garnet squad. Defensively, they're strong down low. Aiden Godfrey really their third center. Off the inbound. Pop outside. Will pull for three. Got it! Big time 3-ball. Connects. Justin Allen. Good on the triple. Makes it a 1-possession game. Caprice. Met by a double team. Now a triple team. Met by a swarm of mules on a travel call. Now a press being put on by the Garnet to try and get a turnover and extend the lead offensively. Can't force anything. Gordos will get it to McGuire. McGuire will now set the screen, neglects to use it, step backs, and passes right back off. Gordos on the other side. He'll look to drive. Inside. Now a spin body move. It's negated as the offensive foul called against Allen. As a timeout will be called. It's a full timeout called by the Garnet. 9:35 left to play in the first half of basketball. Swarthmore with a 3-point lead. More than halfway down in this first half of action. We take a look elsewhere around the Centennial Conference. A matchup between Haverford and Washington College almost concluding the 15-point lead for the Havs as Haverford leads Washington College 66-51. Elsewhere in the Centennial, 2 more matchups going on. Later on today, as the Green Terror, McDaniel will face off against the team that took down the Garnet earlier on in the week, Dickinson. That one was scheduled to tip off at 7, has not tipped off yet. Expecting right now around 7:30, and then one scheduled for 8 o'clock tonight. Franklin and Marshall, the Diplomats, going up against Ursinus, the Bears. That one's set to tip off at 6 p.m. Elsewhere, Johns Hopkins and Gettysburg set for 8 p.m. tip as well. At the timeout, Abasala will get things across. Now here's Shaw. Shaw working from the corner. He's forced out. Godfrey top of the key now. The Mules are pumped up. Shaw gets the screen, will pull up from the free throw line, drops down. Extends the lead back to 5. Colin Shaw, good day off the bench, 6 points. Williams Johnson, both teams hyped up. Pass inside, will work. Allen now outside to Williams Johnson. 5 on the shot clock. Has a foul called against Ryan Ingram. Sub comes in. Vino will check back into the ball game. Williams Johnson will check out. Still 6 on the shot clock. Needed to get it refreshed. Fresh 20 inside. Good pass inside and fouled hard. Gordos goes to the line here for 2. Trying to see who they call it on. We'll call it Caprice. The first one from the line won't go. Gordos, a 60% free throw shooter, comes in averaging around 2 points per game, has needed to step into the starting lineup with the absence of Dan Gaines. Near the top of the Centennial, averaging 19 points per game in 11 games played and 11 start. Salo will dish things off. Visconti talked about how important he's going to be today. He's been quiet. Salo will work into a foul. He'll go to the line here for 2. Really, the offense in total for Swarthmore has been quiet, with the exception of Colin Shaw, 3 of 4. In only 5 minutes played, he's got 6 points. Salo to the line here. Off the mark on the first one, so both teams struggling from the line. Second one goes. That's by a double. Dishes things off. Rubino will cross half court. 5-point lead. Under 10 to play. Good defense here by Solid. Rubino doing everything in his bag of tricks. Puts up the up and under layup. It's good. Needed to pull out everything in his bag to get that shot off. And it worked. Inside. Met by a double again. Big body play. Solid on the wing. Losing control there was Ingram. Ingram pass, dished off across. Visconti. And a whole lot of traffic. Throwing it back at the cup was Corzine, but hauled in by the Mules as they take it the other way. Rubino dishes outside and across. Watson. Gordas. Pass inside, stolen away by Corzine. Here's Sala, slowing things down, not quite a fast break, but Visconti pump fakes on the wing. Wouldn't be shocked to see him pull from there. Ingram, opposite side wing, uses his screen, now over to Sala. Free up Park. Now back over to Visconti. He'll look to drive, working baseline, almost loses it and does, can't save it from going out of bounds. And now the Mules will take control. So now we see a little bit of that offensive struggles we saw last game for the Garnet against Dickinson. Held under 50 points in the loss. Pump fake, now to the cup, reverse, up and under, it's good. A thing of beauty, it's a 1-point game. Rubino with a beautiful shot there. The answer with a 3, got it. George Visconti drills it from distance. Make it a 4-point game once more. Gordas over to Rubino. He'll look to answer. Deep 3. Got it. Matching trays. Giovanni Rubino. Another one. Ingram. Off the back iron. No. Offensive board. Over. Look to get it to Visconti, but actually hit the official. A timeout called by the Mules. It's a 30-second timeout. It's a 1-point game. Back-to-back trays got us to this point. All start with Giovanni Rubino with a beautiful up and under reverse layup. And then he proceeded to go answer a three from George Visconti on the other side. Both lead the game in scoring with 7 apiece. But a perfect day so far from the field for Rubino. 3 of 3 from the field, 1 of 1 from distance. Both teams need someone to show up in the scoring categories as they're both without their leading scorers. Dan Gaines for Muhlenberg, and on the other side, without Vinny D'Angelo, one of the best players in all the country. Former Division III Rookie of the Year. Now Rubino will work. Gets things back. Will hesitate, drop off, good pass inside, trying to work. And the bucket, and the foul. So that time, Henty Brown gets it to go. And now the Mules have the lead as the foul against Corzine. His second, he'll check out. Aiden Godfrey will come in and a chance to make it a 2-point game. Can't do that. Off the mark on the free throw attempt. Shaw for 3. Too short. Now a chance to really start extending the lead as Rubino gets it back. Pass inside. Outside. Gordas on the wing. He'll look to drive. Dish out. Henty Brown. Corner. Trey connects. Henty Brown from distance that time. It's a 4-point Mules lead. Shaw will look for an answer. Goes opposite side baseline, picks up his dribble, has to spin around with a fadeaway shot off the front of the rim. No good. Rubino will start the run, continue the run. 8-0 Muhlenberg run in the last 2 minutes. Screen set. Gordas on the far side wing. Dishes across. Inside with a pass. And the connection on the layup. It's good. The Mules out to a 6-point lead with 4.5 left to go in the first half of basketball. As Nate Henty Brown goes down, hits a big layup, can't get the free throw to go on the N1 attempt, but they go and match it on the other side, and he gets another one. 8 points now on the day for Nate Henty Brown. A really big part of this team for the past 3 years has been working off the bench in the later stages of this season. Has struggled a little bit on the year. However, today he's found his footing. 8 points, 5 boards, and 2 blocks for the Mules. So now the Garnet in need of an answer. Winding down on the first half of action. Ingram over to Godfrey. Godfrey pulls, top of the key, 3. Will rattle out. Rubino on the far side. He'll get a screen. Will work one-on-one against Harkins. Spin move. Frees himself. Now over the corner. Gordas pulls. Trey. No. Godfrey will haul in the board. Ingram. He'll drive. One-on-one against Rubino. Layup. Off the backboard. No. I believe Corzine signaled a 2-4. It was a 1-4. Ryan Ingram called for the foul that time. The second, he'll check out. Shaw and Salo will look to inbound. Will look to check back in, and now the Mules in the bonus. They hit the ground, goes to the line here. Conti will check out as well. Henty Brown leads the game, 8 points, 3 of 5, 1 of 3 on the charity stripe. Make that 2 of 4. Part of its game that isn't used to struggling from the line. Around 80% shooter from the free throw line, but he struggled today. 2 of 5. Godfrey for 3. No good. Harkins trying to chase after it, but he'll get called for the loose ball foul. Loose ball foul will lead to Mules taking a 1-and-1 here. Giovanni Rubino, his first trip to their charity stripe today. Can't go. A break there for the Garnet. Sala to drive. Works inside. Layup off. And then hauled in by the Mules once more. So another empty possession. Nearly 3 minutes of scoreless Garnet basketball. Gordas trying to continue the run. Spin move on the baseline. Puts up the pass and then the layup. It's good. McGuire connects on that one. It's a 9-point game. Mulvey first time checking in today. He'll drive inside and get the foul called. He'll get tripped the line here for 2. First time we're seeing Matt Mulvey in the ball game today. Freshman from Reading, Massachusetts. Was scoreless in the contest against Dickinson. But that's unlikely for the freshman, averaging around 7.5 points per game. As he goes 2 for 2 right there. Strong from the line as well. Shoots at around a 63% clip. Rubino will get the screen, dish off. Gordas back over, Rubino, long 3, connects! Giovanni Rubino's on fire. 10 points, 100% from the field, 4 of 4, 2 of 2 from deep. Mulvey over to Sala connects. Rubino, perfect on the day. Look to continue that, extend the lead to double digits. Dropped inside, setting up the offense. Look for a backdoor cut. Nothing there. Rubino, 2.5 left to play. We'll get the screen work against Sala. Good move, swiped away. Sala, great defense to stay along with them. Outside, Mulvey steps around, sidestep, outside pass. Shaw back over, Mulvey, pump fake. Shaw, corner. No, offensive board, almost hauled in. What work. Even though an empty possession, it's got to make the work that Matt Mulvey just did that much more frustrating. As some picture perfect on-ball, off-ball work. Found himself free enough to get a shot off at least 3 or 4 times on that possession alone, but passed a good shot for a great shot. The open corner 3, you'll take it every day. Didn't go that time. Pass inside, clear mismatch, losing the ball, and it's out of bounds. The Garnet will take over. 34-26 lead for the Mules as Ingram and Visconti will check back in. Shaw will pop out. Sala will pop out of the ball game too. This is the sniper lineup. Visconti, Harkins, Mulvey, and Ingram, along with Godfrey, all on the court. Visconti will look to drive. Pass outside, Ingram open, 3, bang! 5-point ball game. You know, with this 5 on the court, they're gonna pull from distance. Williams-Johnson finds himself free, looking to answer. Pump faked on the 3, now drives, baseline, layup, good. McGuire connects. Extends the lead back out to 7. Here's Ingram. Ingram Will dish off Visconti over to Godfrey. Godfrey working on the elbow. He'll pull. No. Offensive board taken in. Now outside Mulvey for three. No good. And they said he was out of bounds anyway, so the shot wouldn't have counted. But just what hustle from Matt Mulvey. He'll check out as Shaw and Sala will come back in. But Matt Mulvey, 4 minutes in that brief little couple of possessions he had, but he was all over the ball. Under a minute to go. 7-point ball game with the Mules on top. Breyer. Give off. Chudy. Gets it stolen away. Sala in transition. 3-on-2 will have to pass out. Have to give off. Ingram tried to fake the pass. He'll drive to the cup, met by a triple. Sala outside. Shot clock's unplugged. They'll hold for the last shot. Visconti will take things over. Visconti, Gordas. 5 on the shot, 5 on the game clock. Outside, Godfrey. Now a second pass. Shaw at the buzzer. No. Won't go. And now the Mules hold a 7-point lead going in to the intermission. 36-29 at the end of one half of basketball. It's been a lights out for Giovanni Rubino. 10 points leads the ball game. 100% from the field. 4 of 4 from the field. 2 of 2 from distance. Also has 4 rebounds to go along with it on the continuing with the Mules as well. Nate Henty-Brown, the senior forward from Sydney, Australia. 9 points, 6 boards for the Aussie, as well as 2 blocks on the contest. For Swarthmore, it's been pretty well-rounded effort for the Garnet. George Visconti has 7, and then coming off the bench, Colin Shaw, the junior guard from the Buckeye State, Cincinnati native, 6 points on 3 of 8 shooting. 0 of 4 from beyond the arc. They'd like to see that number really improve, and that's something that Muhlenberg has done a great job, 40% from distance, while Swarthmore 20%, 2 of 10 from beyond the arc, which is really a strong point for the Garnet. Usually shoot the ball well from distance. Today, that's not happening. For Muhlenberg, this lead could be a lot bigger than it is if they could hit shots from the charity stripe, 44% from the free throw line. We come back, we'll take a look around the Centennial and get you ready for second half action. More between the Mules and the Garnet on the Garnet Sports Network.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
On and off the court, we're focused on creating lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. More college athletes are earning degrees than ever before, but we've still got work to do. That's why we're raising the bar for incoming freshmen, so they're prepared when they get to campus. And why teams can't play in championships unless they make the grade. Education matters, and putting academics first creates a pathway to a lifetime of opportunity.
It's on us.
All of us.
And it's time to act now.
We are calling you, all of you.
All Centennial Conference student athletes to join our cause.
The It's On Us pledge is a personal commitment
to keep men and women safe from sexual assault.
It's a promise to not be a bystander to the problem,
but to be a part of the solution.
As a Centennial Conference student athlete, I am proud to take the pledge.
I pledge
to create an environment where men and women feel
safe.
To hold friends accountable if what they're doing is wrong.
To never blame the victim.
1/5 of women and 1/16 of men are sexually assaulted in college.
It's on us.
It's on us.
To stop sexual assault.
To be more than a bystander.
To intervene if a friend is doing something that could lead to sexual assault.
It's on us.
It's on us.
It's on us.
To help others.
To stand up, to step in, and to take responsibility.
It's on us. It's on us.
To take reports of sexual assault seriously.
To change the way we talk about women.
To be part of the solution, not part of the problem. To look out for others.
Anyone can be the victim and everyone can be the solution.
It's on us as Centennial Conference student athletes.
To take a stand and make a difference.
We're the Centennial Conference and it's on us, all of us, to stop sexual assault.
We took the pledge and you can too.
At itsonus.org.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
On and off the court, we're focused on creating lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. More college athletes are earning degrees than ever before, but we've still got work to do. That's why we're raising the bar for incoming freshmen, so they're prepared when they get to campus. And why teams can't play in championships unless they make the grade. Education matters, and putting academics first creates a pathway to a lifetime of opportunity.
Welcome back to Swarthmore College. Garrett earlier with you for the Garnet Sports Network's coverage of Swarthmore basketball, as the Garnet currently trail in this one 36-29 to Muhlenberg College. The Mules having a really strong end to the period after one. Led by Giovanni Rubino's 10 points, 4 boards on a perfect 4 of 4 from the field, and 2 of 2 from beyond the arc. Perfect from distance. We take a look elsewhere around the Centennial Conference. One game believed to be finished at this point and has gone final. Haverford took down Washington College, the Havs getting the win in that one. 71-61, a 10-point victory for the Havs. Nate Torres led the way with 21 points for Haverford. Elsewhere, the Green Terror with an 8-point lead over Dickinson, 36-28, as they start the second half of play. Just around 4 minutes down, second half of play. Johns Hopkins and Gettysburg will face off later today, and Franklin and Marshall and Ursinus just about ready for a tip-off in that one, as well as we are set for the second half of action. Muhlenberg and Swarthmore getting things set. The Mules start with possession, almost give it right back up. Gordas will give over. He works on the wing here. Look to drive baseline and just carries it out of bounds, loses it completely. As now Swarthmore with a good defensive possession to start the second half. Ingram takes things up for the Garnet. Crossover, now here's Visconti. Visconti gets 2 players to jump, puts it high, arcing off the glass, and good. Cuts the deficit to 5. 36-31. Mules still with control on the scoreboard. Here's McGuire. High pass inside, big body. Move to the cup. Allen connects. Caprice looking for someone, will work himself on the elbow. Almost gets it swiped away. Will put up the little sky hook and drops it right back down. Cuts the deficit to 5 once more. Outside to answer. Good! Justin Allen with the tray. Ingram on the other side for Swarthmore. Gives over to Corzine. Corzine over Visconti. Visconti back outside. Caprice for Trey. Will bounce out of the rim and no good. Williams-Johnson, Euro step in triple coverage, gets the offensive board, second chance put back, no. And now fighting for it, jump ball called. Possession goes with the Garnet. Aiden Godfrey will check in for George Corzine, as well as Colin Shaw for Connor Harkins. Harkins, a guy who you would expect him to be a little bit more active on the stat sheet. Only the 4 rebounds, no points, 18 minutes played. Struggle for him, and really for the Garnet total to get the offense rolling, as Ingram will try and get the offense rolling with a little bank shot off the glass. Williams-Johnson dishes off to McGuire. Pump fakes on the 3 is Watson. Gordos back over to McGuire. Gordos again. He'll work, an illegal screen called that time as Allen called. A lot of big guys in this matchup. Justin Allen being one of the big ones. Dallas Hoffman as well. Especially if you look at things for Muhlenberg. I want to talk about Division III big man coaches. One of the greatest in all of Division III history. Kevin Hopkins comes from Amherst, one of the most prestigious Division III basketball programs in the country. Was an assistant coach there with the Mammoths. Has a foul called underneath. 2 shots coming to the line here for Allen. Hopkins in his 4th year as a head coach at Muhlenberg, like I said, came by way of Amherst College. Big part a 2007 national championship, 3 semifinal berths as well. In his time with the Mammoths as a player, a career record of 111 and 12. Only 12 losses for Division III standout. Assistant coach record just as good, 126 and only 23 losses with the Mammoths. Goes 2 for 2 from the line there as Henty Brown will check in. Allen will go to the bench. Goes Gordas. Take a breather. Drum quickly working the other way. Passes off to Shaw. Work on the elbow. Godfrey all alone. Blocked inside. Starting to break the other way. Here's Williams-Johnson. Will dish off. Break stop. Chudy will give off. Henty Brown again on the wing. He'll work. And give off to Chudy. Can't. Has to go opposite way. Play can't start. Watson driving baseline. Outside for 3. Got it! Dallas Hoffman from distance. 45-37 favoring the Mules. And a turnover, a steal. Watson gets credited with the takeaway. Oh, Watson dishes off. Hoffman just hit the 3. Now sets the screen, pick and pop. Can't pass off. Long 3 off the front of the rim, no good. Watson can't connect. In need of a bucket. Desperately. Ingram passes off. Back up top, Godfrey. Harkins, scoreless in the contest so far. He'll work, drive to the cup, and he's fouled. Chudy called for the foul there. Harkins will go to the line here for 2. The game in minutes played least for Garnet. I with Ryan Ingram. Seen him the most on the court, but first, gotta come from the line. Hits on the first. 1 of 1 from the free throw line. That's his first shot on the day. Guy who's usually pretty active shooting the ball today has not been. 100% from the free throw line on the year. Second one dropped as well. 22 for 22 is Connor Harkins. Perfect on the season from the line. Continues that streak with that trip. Rubino dishes off. Watson on the wing. Give off in the corner. Really an interesting play as Sala technically got the steal, but lost his footing, dropped out of bounds. So I believe would be credited with the steal, at least on the stat sheet, but doesn't really matter as he just goes out of bounds. So the Mules will continue with possession. Actually won't go as a turnover. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Watson, turnaround Jay, drops, it's good. 8-point lead, 15 minutes left to go in regulation time. On the outside, Visconti hit by an elbow and a foul called. Watson calls his third. Sala will take things on the baseline. Over to Visconti. Visconti working against Watson. Will drive baseline on the block. Has to pass out Shaw. Shaw now Sala with 10 to go on the shot clock. Working down low. Sky hook. Falls. Caprice gets it to go. 6-point ball game. 14 and a half. Empty Brown. Back up top. Over to Chudy. Chudy neglects to use the screen. Finds himself free. Fast to the bucket. Layup. Good. Sala gives off. Long three. Off the mark. Harkins immediately fast with the trigger. Rubino will work now. Drive inside. Pass inside. Blocked. Caprice gets the rejection. In transition. Solid to the basket. No. Spinning layup. In transition. Caprice was able to get a hand on it. Stopped the rush. And probably a little bit more comfortable for the Mules here as they'll slow things down, make some substitutions. Gordos will check back in. Watson will hop out of the ball game. Connor Harkins will also check out. Hold the trigger. We talked about he does that a lot. Gordos finds himself free after Sala loses his footing, then met by a double, and no. Good help defense by Ingram working on the low block. Gordos probably should have just pulled. Godfrey to Sala. Over to Visconti. Godfrey will dish off. Visconti scoreless in the second half so far. Godfrey pulls from the corner. Got it! Cuts away at the deficit again. The 5-point ball game once more, but every time you see the Garnet hit a big shot, here come the Mules. McGuire over to Gordas to answer. No. Ingram in transition. Outside. Godfrey pulls again. No. Won't go that time. Would have been huge. Rubino will slow things up. 5-point ball game. 12:40 left to go in regulation time. Both teams on their feet. Rubino. Hard to the cup. Underneath the layup. Good. He continues to be perfect. 5 for 5 from the field. Sala quickly the other way. Ingram working in the corner against Rubino. He'll drive inside. Now outside, Sala. Work again. Here's Ingram. Godfrey top the key. We've seen him pull a few times already. You give him a little bit of space, he'll do it. Ingram met by Rubino. Now outside, Godfrey again. Off the back iron and off the mark. Long pass up ahead to McGuire. McGuire will have to pull and hold it himself. Wait for the cavalry to come, and they will. Long pass was cherry picking. McGuire down court. Rubino gets the screen. Gordas outside to McGuire. Long pass, opposite side, Chudy. Now, here's Rubino. Step back, three. His first miss of the day. Visconti, strong to the basket. Off the glass. And again, can't convert. Swarthmore scoreless in the last 2 minutes. Muhlenberg has struggled as well. 1 for 5 from the field in their last 5 attempts. Rubino will work. He hit the most recent bucket. McGuire inside, back outside. McGuire, top of the key, 3, got it! Timeout called. It's a full timeout by the Mules as they extend the lead to 10. 54-44. After another big 3, Tommy McGuire hits on that one. Everything has had to go right for Muhlenberg, while for Swarthmore, everything has gone wrong. Can't hit their shots, and on the other side, Muhlenberg feels like they're hitting everything. As a team shooting 50% from the field, 44% from distance. Their only real struggle is at the line. They haven't gone there in their past couple of possessions. 45% from the charity stripe. On the other side, 20% from 3 and 35% from the field. And you look at some of their leading scorers. Giovanni Rubino just missed his first shot of the game. He has 12, leads the game in scoring, 5 of 6 from the field and 2 of 3 from distance. Elsewhere, next leading scorers tied with 9, Justin Allen and Nate Henty-Brown. Allen, 50% from the field, 100% from distance, and Henty-Brown, 3 of 5 from the field, and 50% from beyond the arc. Needless to say, it's been a good day for the Mules. Swarthmore needs a run. They've been scoreless the last 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Godfrey gives off. Harkins pulls out. Elbow jumper. Again, can't go. Offensive board taken in. Harkins pulls for 3. No again. Offensive board still taken in. Harkins now outside. Shaw from the corner. He'll work. He'll pull with the hook. It's good. Ends a 5-0 run that felt like a whole lot more. As Rubino gets the screen. Gives off Gordas. Gordas will work outside, 10 on the shot clock, and a foul called against Ryan Ingram. Ingram's 3rd foul on the ball game. So he will check out, as well as Aiden Godfrey. George Corzine and Abasala will come in. Gordas on the inbound. Give off. Here's Allen. Allen strong to the basket. It's good. Big body move. Spins around. Puts it up. Inside, Corzine met by a triple team. Working against Allen. Fights his way free. But too strong off the glass. And no, it's a 10-point game. Still a chance to add on. Williams-Johnson gets the screen. And juke around. Backdoor cut. Williams-Johnson. Far side pass. Rubino finds himself free. Williams-Johnson for 3. Got it! Sala in transition, outside, Visconti, he's blocked by Williams-Johnson. Board taken in by the Mules. Now a 13-point lead for Muhlenberg with under 10 to play. The Garnet in danger of dropping 2 straight. Rubino working top of the key, now outside. Allen stepped on the line, he's out of bounds. And possession will flip over. We said January 19th of 2019 was the last, before their most recent loss, was their last in-conference regular season loss. A part of the 28-1 2019-2020 season, which saw it end abruptly due to COVID. They also fell to Johns Hopkins in the Centennial Conference tournament, but really it was looking like a national championship type team, as the Sweet 16 was hosted here at the Tarble Pavilion. However, the game against Whitworth got canceled. Harkins gets it to go off the glass. He's got a chance for one more as the shot falls. Chance to cut the deficit to 10. But in that season, went 28-1, 16-1 at home, 18-0 in conference. Actually, excuse me, the loss was a part of the 2018-2019 season. The Garnet went 29-4, but they fell. The last regular season loss was, again, a 94-88 loss to Ursinus. However, haven't seen back-to-back losses since earlier that year. Didn't see back-to-back in-conference losses for the Garnet since December 1st of 2018. Chudy is out of bounds. Possession will flip over. The Garnet haven't dropped a back-to-back in-conference losses since November 29th and December 1st were the two, and it went down to a 2-point loss to Johns Hopkins and then a 2-point loss to Franklin and Marshall here at the Tarble Pavilion. Be pretty similar if it comes down to things here today. Godfrey working, trying to cut away at the deficit. Strong move, but the hook, the shot, no. 8:10 left to go in regulation time. It's a 10-point game. Rubino gets the screen, a legal screen called against Senti Brown. So a couple missed possessions by the Mules. The chance for Swarthmore to cut away at this deficit. Under 8 to play. Visconti, top of the key, will try and set up Ingram. That gives off Godfrey on the wing. Now back off, Visconti met by a double team, looking outside, has to give off Ingram. Ingram with 10 on the shot clock, gives off Harkins. Harkins pulls for 3. Off the back iron and no. Rubino, man things at the point. Will dish over. Now inside, working, reverse layup, but a foul. Dallas Hoffman goes to the line. Hoffman, 1-on-1 on the day from the charity stripe. It's on the first, make him 2 of 2. Like we said, a 78% shooter from the free throw line. Something else we talked about with Hoffman was really a 2-year starter, 2018 and 2019 seasons. for the Mules, but this year started out in the starting rotation and has had to fight his way back as he went on a little bit of a skid. Godfrey on the wing will give off Ingram. Pull up, mid-range two. Too strong, offensive board, no. Hit off the glass, was a shot, but over the back called on Godfrey. So again, possession flipped over. Caprice will pop back in. Avasala will come in for Matt Mulvey, who's shockingly haven't seen much of him today. Mulvey, like we said, was scoreless in the game against Dickinson, but today actually was productive. Only 6 minutes played and hit 2 free throws and set up a lot of really good shots. Rubino, who's been easily the most efficient player, worked there. N.T. Brown gives off Gordas. Gordas over to Rubino. Rubino, only 1 miss on the day. Working here, here's Watson. Watson will work inside, has to dish way outside. Rubino, 3 on the shot clock. He'll drive, the layup, it's good! Sala will give off Shaw in the corner. Shaw working against Watson will give off to Caprice. Caprice spins, hook, no. And now Rubino will slow it down. Milk this clock some more. 63-49 lead for the Mules. N.T. Brown on the wing, now in the corner, driving baseline. Outside, Rubino open for 3. No, too strong off the back of the rim, and then out of bounds. So the Garnet will take over. The Garnet in danger of dropping back-to-back games for the first time since late 2018. It'll be the first time the Garnet lose back-to-back in conference play since December 1st of 2018. 63-49. Visconti strong to the cup, but a charge. Watson takes the charge. Strong take there. Now possession will flip over. And now again, the Mules with a large advantage. This is a shocker to many. Muhlenberg comes in 5-11, 2-7 in conference play. They might knock off the top team in the Centennial. Sala trying to steal it away. He cannot. Gordas to the cup. No, but a foul. With that, we take a look around the Centennial. 2 teams tied at the top. It's who you would expect. Swarthmore and Johns Hopkins, both 9-1 in conference. But I believe that 1 loss in conference for Johns Hopkins going to squad. Gordas hits the first one there. Would be huge if Muhlenberg can pull away with a victory here. Like we said, would take down the top in the Centennial. Connects on the second one. Perfect trip to the line. If the Mules can pull away with a victory here, would also be their first win against Swarthmore since January 31st of 2018. Harkins pulls for the 3. Excuse me, Visconti, no. Would be the first win on the road against the Garnet in almost a decade. Outside, 3. Good! Timeout called by Swarthmore. And head coach Landry Kamalski will talk things over with his squad as Dallas Hoffman from deep drills it. The full timeout. 68-49, a 19-point lead for the Mules. As Muhlenberg well on their way to knocking down the top team in the Centennial and one of the top teams in all of Division III. Like we said, would be the first time that the Mules would have a road win in this series since 2013. December 3rd of 2013 was the last time that the Mules took down the Garnet here in Swarthmore. It was a 64-48 win. After that was the last time back-to-back wins in the series for Muhlenberg. Not quite on that yet. However, after that was all Swarthmore. One victory ever since that point for the Mules, and now a chance for them to cite some revenge and snap a 6-game losing streak to the Garnet. 68-49, Visconti will drive to the cup. He's fouled. Watson called that time. On the floor for Muhlenberg, Watson, Allen, as well Williams, Johnson, McGuire, Rubino. Rubino has worked himself probably into starting role with his performance. Get this one from the line here. Visconti does connect his first trip to the charity stripe. 10 points on the day for George Visconti. The other side, Swarthmore with Ingram, Visconti, Godfrey, Sala, Shaw, all on the floor. For the Garnet, 2 for 2, a perfect trip to the line there for George Visconti. 7-point game, 68-51. Trap being set. Under 5 to play in regulation time. Watson to Rubino. Rubino to Williams Johnson. Williams Johnson will slow things down. He's met by Sala. Double comes. Long pass overhead. Watson will jab step drive. The basket is negated as the foul called before then. Godfrey got a call for the foul, but in the bonus, so shots on the line coming. Harkins will come in for Sala. Chance to really catch fire. This would be the lineup you want. Watson hits on the first of the 1-and-1. 69-51. Perfect. Watson, perfect from the line that time. Harkins will get it off the inbound, back over to Visconti. In need of a run, desperately. Visconti working by himself, pulls up, mid-range 2, rolls out. And now again, the Mules will hold. An 11-2 run in the last 4.5 minutes for Swarthmore. For Muhlenberg. Rubino outside. Work it again. 10 on the shot clock. Williams Johnson, 5 on the shot clock. He'll work, mid-range shot from the elbow. Drills it. Opposite side, here's Ingram. Ingram on the wing. Trying to hold on and stay competitive as Visconti down by a good amount. Godfrey will work on the wing. He'll look to drive against Watson. Gets a little floater to go. Swarthmore in danger of starting a losing streak. and would likely drop to the bottom. Well, not the bottom, would move to second in the Centennial. Take a look elsewhere. We talked about Haverford, 10-point victory over Washington College. The Habs taking that one 71-61. Elsewhere in play, Dickinson with a 2-point lead over McDaniel, 49-47, 2.5 left to play in that one. Ursinus with a 46-42 lead over the Diplomats of Franklin and Marshall, as the pass from Watson way out of bounds and no good. Johns Hopkins and Gettysburg also contest currently. Would look to check the scoring on that one and get back to you. Obviously a big one when it comes down to the standings, now that the Garnet might drop this one, 72-55. They get it in. Watson over to Rubino. That would also be the next matchup between the two top teams in the Centennial. 10 on the shot clock. Rubino work top of the key, spins around, and a charge called. Harkins takes the charge, as the Blue Jays will likely take the top spot in the Centennial, as Mulvey will check in for Ingram as they lead Gettysburg 62-50 with a minute and a half left to go in regulation time. To the cup, Visconti drops it home. Cutting away, but time might just be too far out of reach. Watson, get things across half court. Will have to give out. Williams Johnson, 2 minutes left to play. The next time you'll see the Garnet in action will be at home against Johns Hopkins this Saturday. 5 on the shot clock. Williams Johnson pulls. Got it! Big time bucket. Need to just continue the offense, and they will. 74-57. The Mules lead the Garnet. Like we mentioned, next time you'll see the Garnet, we'll be back at home this Saturday, facing off with number 12, Johns Hopkins. The Garnet did take down Johns Hopkins earlier this month, a 78-69 victory at Johns Hopkins in Baltimore. However, with a team like Johns Hopkins, another nationally ranked program, one of the top 25 teams in the country, along with the Garnet, both separated between barely 3 spots of each other. Johns Hopkins ranked 12th in the latest D3Hoops.com poll. And really that comes down to the last loss against Dickinson, where the Garnet were held to under 50 points, 48 points in the loss, proving that now Vinny D'Angelo makes the whole scoring the basketball thing just that much harder. If you drop this one in Muhlenberg, one of the bottom, the second to last ranked team in the Centennial, he dropped out of that poll a little bit more. 74-57, Visconti pulls, 3. Won't go. And again, minute 43 left to go in regulation time. Met by a trap. We'll get it to Rubino, and Rubino will have to put himself on pause. A timeout called by Coach Kevin Hopkins. Muhlenberg calls a full timeout. We'll keep things here and take a look elsewhere around the Centennial. Like we said, a close one. Dickinson and McDaniels separate by now 1 point, 52-51. That one might be on the way to extra time. Ursinus will look to get a victory. 52 seconds left, up by 6 against the Diplomat of Franklin and Marshall. And then earlier on, Haverford taking on Washington College. The Havs taking that one by 10. 71-61, your final from Haverford College. 64-55 lead for Johns Hopkins over Gettysburg. Now a 10-point lead, 65-55, as things just refresh on my end. Carson James leads the way in scoring 24 points on 9 of 15 from the field for the Blue Jays. So that makes the next matchup between Johns Hopkins and Swarthmore even that much more exciting, because those two teams now are vying for the top spot in the Centennial. It also goes down to rankings. If you look at the D3Hoops.com polls, if Swarthmore is to drop 2 straight but then still go down, take down number 12 team in the country in Johns Hopkins, might keep them put in the top 15. Still be tough to find out if that will happen. Williams Johnson will dish off Rubino, and Rubino is fouled. He'll go to the line. Rubino has had a fantastic day today. Leads the contest for Muhlenberg, has a chance to lead the game with successful trip to the line here. As won't go. So we'll stay with 14 points on the ball game. Here's Visconti. He leads the contest in points scored. Dish off to Godfrey for 3. Airballs it. Offensive board. Second try. He'll pull up from the corner. Too strong that time. Trying to save it. They'll say out of bounds, but last touched by Muhlenberg. Matt Mulvey will check in for Michael Caprice. Shooter lineup on the floor. As now Ingram will check in as well. Shaw will check out. Godfrey, Ingram, Harkins, Visconti, and Mulvey. Mulvey checked back in. Hasn't seen a lot of him today. Visconti almost loses his dribble. Now outside. Ingram, 3. No. And out of bounds. Last touched underneath by Henty Brown. So again, another chance to operate is Swarthmore. Harkins, step back, goes flying now, corner 3, drills it! Staying competitive. It's a 14-point ball game. Need a lot to go right in a very short amount of time, but the Garnet not giving up. As Connor Harkins drills it from deep. Harkins now 8 points on the contest. Hit his first one from distance right there. The Garnet shockingly on a 9-2 run in the last 2 minutes 45 seconds. Muhlenberg not getting many shots off. Still 7 of 8. Their last 8 attempts. They haven't had many possessions. But they're well on their way to ending their 4-game losing streak. If I'm correct, 4-game losing streak for Muhlenberg. Will get their 3rd conference victory, their 6th win of the year against a Swarthmore squad who would drop their 2nd in conference, their first time losing back-to-back in conference games early December 1st of 2018. And a violation called against Muhlenberg. Excuse me, a timeout call. They'll reset. Thought it was a little quick, but by the reaction of the Garnet bench, thought they were getting the ball back. Timeout called by Muhlenberg. Excuse me. Trying to figure out which side. Heard the timeout was called by Swarthmore, which is kind of shocking based on their reaction as the officials are trying to round things out with, I believe, substitutions on both sides. Still trying to figure out what exactly will be happening, at least when it comes down to substitutions. But a swarm of substitutions will come in. Michael Caprice, Abasala, Colin Shaw will all check in. Harkins, Mulvey, and Godfrey all out now. So that's where I believe the timeout was called, to get the better defensive lineup on the floor for the Garnet. Henty Brown to inbound. Gets it in. Met by a double. He's trapped in the corner. And they'll call a foul as Gordas will go to the line here too. And now the same subs that checked out will check back in. Except for Colin Shaw. Shaw will stay in the ball game. So Shaw, Godfrey, Visconti, Harkins, and Mulvey back on the floor as Ingram, Sala, and Caprice will all check out. Gordas from the line. Hits the first. 15-point lead. A minute left. You could say stranger things have happened. Would still be tough. Misses on the second. 75-60. Under a minute to go. Visconti pulls up from three. No. Shaw gets the board. He'll pull. Mid-range two. Godfrey can't get the board as Rubino will pass off. Now working in the backcourt. Almost stripped away. Watson now gets it past half court. 35 seconds left. And Harkins will foul. Connor Harkins called for the foul there. Johns Hopkins, Gettysburg have gone final. Johns Hopkins takes it 67-57. So they will go in their next contest against Swarthmore. 9-1 in conference and 13-2 overall. Williams Johnson from the line. Connect on the second. 30 on the game clock. 30 on the shot clock. Visconti outside, gives off Godfrey. Godfrey will step around, drive to the cup, gets the ball stolen away. Watson will hold, and the Muhlenberg Mules will likely run out the clock. The final 20 seconds, improved to 3-7 in conference, 6-11 overall, and have the Garnet drop back-to-back regular season conference losses for the first time since December of 2018, as the Muhlenberg Mules take it 76-60, your final score from the Tarble Pavilion. Like we said, the first time that the Garnet dropped back-to-back in-conference losses in the regular season since back on December 1st. They lost 2 in a row to Johns Hopkins and then Franklin and Marshall. That was the last time they lost back-to-back games in the Centennial, December 1st of 2018. Now they do it again here today, and they will have to turn their attention to now the top team in the Centennial Conference, Johns Hopkins. Now they fall to second in conference at 15-3 overall, 9-2 in conference. A tough outing for the Garnet. You take a look at some scoring numbers. George Visconti led the game in scoring 6 of 15 from the field, 15 points, and 1 of 5 from beyond the arc. But if you're going to highlight anybody, you have to highlight Giovanni Rubino. 14 points, 6 of 6 from the field, 2 of 4 from beyond the arc. He was perfect to start the contest. Simmered down in the second half, but still finishes with a team-leading 14 points. 3 other scorers, double figures. Dallas Hoffman with 13 points, as well as Justin Allen with 11. Jason Williams-Johnson finishing with 10. A near double-double for Nate Henty-Brown. 9 points, 9 boards, a steal, and 2 blocks in the win for Muhlenberg. Once again, this one final from Swarthmore College. 76-60, your final score from the Tarble Pavilion. For myself, Gary Hurtley, and the rest of the crew at Swarthmore College, that'll do it as Mule defeat the Garnet 76-60 from Swarthmore College. This has been Garnet Basketball on the Garnet Sports